Welcome back to Tailgate Talk on Texas Carpenter. In today's segment, we're going to go over a couple of the clamps we use and how they can apply to job site trim carpentry. A lot of the clamps we're going to be going over today are most known for being used in workshops when you have flat tables and ample space to be able to build what you need to build. But we're going to go over a few tips and tricks on how we're able to use them on the job site and keep production going. What we're going to go over today is going to be the Wood River miter clamp, also known as the Clam Clamp, some miter rings and Collins clamps, and the different applications of. The miter rings are great for putting together casing of different sizes. When you buy a miter ring pack, they usually come where you can easily glue together miters from 1 inch to 3.5 inches without needing any kind of internal joinery. The only con to the miter ring is that once you do glue it up, whether or not you have a domino in there or a biscuit, that you can't pick up your casing skeleton and be able to transport it off of the table until the glue dries. And being on job site and doing finished carpentry, we don't have access to multiple workbenches and or the space to be able to lay them all out and allow for the glue to dry, so we do use them for alignment purposes. And what we actually do is on the back side of this, you'll see here how in this profile casing we'll actually put one pocket screw into the meat of the wood. What that'll allow us to do is, as we get it clamped up, we'll actually be able to come from the underside of the table and throw a pocket screw in there to allow us to move this unit and go ahead and get another unit on the table and start putting it together. In our world, this right here is the best of both worlds, getting the most quality out of a joint while also being able to get homes done in a timely manner. And so once you have it like that, you'll go ahead and from the underside right here, put in that pocket screw, and then you'll be able to lift up the whole unit and transport it either to a wall or to the bedroom that it's going into. What the miter rings allow us to do is put pressure across here at the short point and the thin part of the profile. But once we flip it over, the pocket screw allows us to hit meat of the profile and keep a solid joint that allows us to move the units as needed. All right, so next we have the Wood River miter clamp available at Woodcraft, also known as the Clam Clamp. And this is a great one for putting solid contact across the entire 3.5 inches of the miter, whether or not you have any internal joinery or you're just going straight glue joint on the end grain of the surface. One of the first things we'll show you is whether or not we're doing paint grade and or stain grade. You can see here there's 1, 2, 3, 4 teeth. We'll go ahead and remove the inside, the middle 2 teeth, because there's really no need to mar the wood. 2 teeth on the top or on each side of the miter allows plenty of grabbing force for this clamp to do what it's needed to do. And it's all machine threaded in there, so you only have to just relax it enough where it stays inside the sleeve, but the teeth itself are actually not going to come out of the brass right here. And it is a real simple glue up, whether or not you are putting joinery inside and or just gluing on the end grain. You'll just line it up. You'll click this little cam over until it locks into place, and there you have it. Solid joint all the way across. Last but not least is going to be the Collins clamps. These are great for gluing up outside miters on base, newel posts, or anything that you have a miter along the edge, smaller beams coming together and having a nice tight glue joint. We recently used them on a project for reclaimed base. That it was barn wood on one side, plain down on the other, but it was real checked and everything like that. So actually having brad nails and or pin nails be able to hold the outside corners together just really wasn't practical in that application. So these came in handy and did the job that we needed them to do. Applied moldings, crown molding, it's great for any small little detail where you don't want to split the wood that's coming together. As you can see right here with the pliers, it makes them really easy to use, especially on profile base. When you get into the top part of the profile, you can use pin nails, but these do come in handy, and they work great for aligning this top little portion of the profile on the base. A couple last tips to remember as we sign off today is whenever you're using the miter rings to put together the casing skeletons, and if you do use the pocket screw, if you put a little bit of wax on the screw or use bar of soap, whatever you like to use for that, whenever you screw it in, it's not going to actually want to twist the piece of wood and try and fight the clamp that has the pressure along the miter. Also with the clam clamp, remember to take out the inside 2 teeth on each side, that way you don't mar the wood unnecessarily. Thanks for tuning in on Tailgate Talk on Texas Carpenter. Hope to see you next time. Don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button.